Hello and welcome to the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. It is day one. It is Anvil Day. The Spartan has been revealed, and we'll have a look at the website in a moment to see what's actually available to purchase. This is the entry hall. We've already looked at this before. You can go up and you can play these bad boys if you want. We're at the 2951 Expo, we know. And we want to go downstairs and actually look at the Expo hall. I've got my lovely assistant here, Zin.
Hello.
Who crashed my stream earlier. Beautiful, Zin. I saw a dancing Catgirl armoured girl, and I went, you know what? That's probably Zin. And it was. It was Zin.
I was trying to position myself in places that you wouldn't quite notice me, but then you'd be like, huh?
It's like Slender Man in the background, sort of thing. Yeah. So tomorrow we've also got the addition of RSI in the Apex hall. So we're in the Zenith hall today, and we'll have Anvil and RSI tomorrow, but
oh my god, these doors are really quick, aren't they?
Yeah. Do you want me to open the doors for you?
That's all right, I've got it.
Good job. So they made good use of the big holograms this year with a variety of different sort of NPCs which occasionally show up or are supposed to show up. This one seems to be freezed on Seek Greater, but it's supposed to show lots of different NPC debris that have been flying since certain times that are all pilots of various ships and different roles and different jobs and things like that. That's the idea.
Do you know what it reminds me of? Frostpunk. You know, the people all have names and like families and stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you mean.
I think it's like on the main menu, or like when you're choosing scenarios and stuff, it'll like just in the background, it'll sort of zoom in on a person and it'll tell you who they are and like what they like.
I don't think it's used enough in Frostpunk. Right, let's listen to this audio.
While it may be commonplace to sail through the stars, we should never lose sight of the wonders of spaceflight. From discovering new jump points, unearthing lost ruins, or setting new speed records. Famed artist Arudo Divani created this unique portrait series as a tribute to the diverse array of people who eagerly climb aboard their ships and dare to fly.
So the whole IAE this time is branded for Dare to Fly is the idea. We noticed this really weird bug. So you can see this lovely sort of like starry, watery sort of thing. If I look at it in a certain way, it freezes.
I don't have that problem.
If you look at it in the perfect angle. So you get here, where I'm standing, and then sort of...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's a VFX bug, so it can't be isolated to me. But it can be. It's not. It's weird, isn't it? But they've sort of outdone themselves. I love the wooden floors with it as well. It's all clumpy. Well, we've got another audio.
Anvil Aerospace may have made a name for itself along the front lines with its masterfully built fleet of military craft. But more and more of the company's civilian craft have captured the imagination of the Empire. Look no further than the Anvil Carrack to see a ship that has transitioned easily from its naval origins to the very edges of space as pilots use the ship to chart new territory.
So, what do you think of the sort of the audio playing stuff? Like, do you like this?
I think it's a neat little feature. I don't think it's it's necessary, but it's very good for like
Sin,
immersion.
have you got a medical tool?
Why? Oh no.
Oh, she's okay. She's okay.
She was just lying down. She was just pretending.
She like flew up the stairs.
Oh right.
And just went boing. Okay, it's fine. We're all okay. Push the boundaries, test the limits, expand what's possible. At this year's Expo, we want to celebrate pilots everywhere who boldly take flight to discover new thrills, to seek out adventure, and to go farther than ever imagined. Certainly not anything Star Trek-y. With the right ship and the right frame of mind, anything is possible, and that's why the 2951... So, I love the way that's added in there. The way it looks is sort of like it's added... It's an extra, but if you zoom in, it's fine. If you zoom out, it is not. The Intergalactic Aerospace Exposition... I would like to encourage everyone to push the boundaries, test the limits, and expand what's possible, and dare to fly. So what have you got at the Expo Hall today? So downstairs, and we're going to have a look at this in a second, we've got the Spartan and the Ballista and the Liberator. So the Liberator is just on the holodeck, or the holo viewer, and the Spartan is that new... Wow, there's so many people trying to look. And the Spartan is that new ballista chassis APC, which we can actually have a look at in a bit more detail. It is drivable in 3.15.1. It's available for $65 now for Warbond. But also, in the rest of the expo hall, we've got the Gladiator and all the other Anvil ships. Carrack, Hurricane, Hawk, Arrow, Pisces, which we'll look at in a second. A whole hall dedicated to the Hornets. I say hall, section of the hall. And then we've got the Terrapin, the F8, which obviously is not flyable yet. It is that super wanted heavy fighter. And then we've got obviously the Valkyrie as well. So, where are we starting, Zin? What do you want to look at first?
I don't know. I've broken my camera. There we go. I fixed it.
Go free, Zin. Go free. I'll follow you. Fly free.
So, although I don't know many of the ships in Star Citizen,
she probably does.
I didn't know what this was.
It's Pisces.
Had no idea what that was.
So this is the C8X Pisces. You can tell because it has 4 guns rather than 2. It's a ship that comes with the Carrack, sort of. You can have it with the Carrack. Space to come with the Carrack. And it is fantastic as a snub because it's a snub that also has a quantum drive. How rare.
Broken my camera again.
How have you broken your camera?
I don't know.
Let's go have a look at the arrow.
No. Come this way.
Come this way. Let's not have a look at the arrow.
So I was looking at this ship.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, what's this? And I sort of looked at it, and I looked at its like how it looks, and I was like, that looks like a hawk.
It does look like a hawk, and it folds out.
And I was like, I wonder what it is. Oh, it's a hawk.
Zin, come over here. You look tired to me.
Oh no, it's this one, isn't it?
You look tired to me, Zin. So the Hawk is a solo bounty hunter ship. I think it might appear in a second, or is it broken? And it'll appear in a second.
It just doesn't work very well.
Yeah. So the animation's sort of broken.
I'll see you in a bit.
You just disappear into the void. So it's about a single-seater bounty hunter ship is the idea. So you can put your disabled bounty in the back, or have a friend.
You say single-seater. It looks like it's got 2 seats to me.
It's a dual-seater if I want to transport one other person in relative safety. I think the idea of it's like it's got a perspex glass bottom to the cockpit or whatever, or you can see down when you're in the cockpit, so you can see people underneath you if you're trying to hunt them with your devastating weapons from a ship. But wanted dead or alive. Hopefully more less than lethal weapon loadouts on ships. Anti-personnel less than lethal might be a thing in the future. Very cool looking ship.
Mm.
We need more bounties in game, and bounties to be better supported before we, I suppose, see it used much more. Come over here. But this is a ship, Zin, that I've wanted to use. That is a ship,
you're right.
I've wanted to use for a while, but we have not used. And we should use it to go together. It's the Hurricane. It has got a giant gun on the back that one of us could fire. Okay,
yeah.
And it's very fast. It's very fast, cool, heavy fighter. It's probably next time there's a Xenothreat type scenario. That's probably, if it's mainly combat, that's probably what I want to fly. I don't think they're used enough in the game at the moment. That sort of heavy fighter. We've got the Carrack over here. I think the Carrack's one of the most beloved ships in the game. Top tier exploration.
It's a pretty good ship.
Yeah, I mean, it's so super multi-role. It's got that med bay tier 2, so you can actually respawn there. It's fully outfitted for exploration, but it's also multi-role for combat. Got a load of cargo. Might be modular in the future. Do you own one as well? I know I own one.
I don't think I do.
Okay. Zin's got a load of ships. She probably doesn't actually know what she owns.
Well, I find the thing's broken half the time, and I can't see all my ships anyway.
Oh. Got room for a vehicle in there. Room for a snub like the C8X or C8. The only difference in those snubs being one has 2 weapons, one has 4. Yeah, definitely rent the Carrack if you don't want to have one. Just hold F, left click on it, bam, rent. You can rent a ship for, is it 24 or 48 hours? One of those.
One of them.
So sort of bear that in mind.
Some period of time.
Some period of time. I think it's 48 hours. What are you doing? So Zin is looking at the Gladiator. This ship has not had enough love. It is a fighter bomber. But I say bomber. Missile. Small scale torpedo. sort of ship. I think that it's probably going to be able to have bombs, like gravity bombs, in the future. That sort of makes sense. But again, this is a ship that not many people use really at the moment, but we should see it a lot in Squadron 42. And I think it will have a lot more use when we have carriers and more fleet battles. We've got the Arrow, which is one of my favourite light fighters. Very cool ship. They did nerf it quite heavily a few patches ago. But still pretty good. I think a lot of skilled fighters still can actually fly this. Should we have a look downstairs?
Yes.
I think the Spartan's probably what people want to see the most. So here is the Spartan. It is basically a ballista with no missiles and jump seats in... When I say jump seats, seats for people to sit in that are Marines with their loadouts. So the pilot, or the driver here, has control of 2 size 2s and Gatlings. You've got 3 ramps as entry. A side ramp there where Zin's just gone in. Got a rear ramp here. Obviously got a side ramp around the other side. And lots and lots of entry-exit points, because you're going to want people to be able to evac nice and quick. It is significantly more armoured than the ballista. You've got room for 8 Marines and their loadouts. Well, weapons, I should say.
Oh, it's got internal storage.
Yes, indeed, for more weapons. Got access to, I believe, the components in general. Buys in.
Bye.
So load of space to use this as sort of cover. Move it around. Run in and out of it. We obviously got the gunner pilot seat there. It's we wanted it for ages, basically a proper APC, and they talked about it at CitizenCon, and they were like, "Oh, we've got some maybe an APC in the works, but it's being concepted." It's not being concepted. You already had it built. This is built. Look at it. Yeah, and it's the Atlas platform, which is basically the ballista chassis. But yeah, we've wanted it for ages. You will see more and more uses for ground vehicles and the NPCs using ground vehicles and NPCs defending outposts in the future, the very near future probably. Oh, let's push this button.
Despite the aerospace in its name, Anvil has hardly been limited to the skies. For example, the tough and rugged Atlas vehicle platform was developed to help conquer the unforgiving landscape found on moons and planets alike. Both the Ballista and the Spartan were both built from this design foundation, proving its adaptability.
Thank you. Thank you, man's voice. So we've got the Ballista over here as well, which is the sort of more anti-air, big old missile one. I suppose you could also use those missiles, I believe, against ground vehicles, though I haven't really done much with the Ballista in my several years with Star Citizen.
To be awesome is doing a ground mission with ballistas and Spartans just rumbling along.
Yeah, it would be. It's the sort of stuff we need in game. And defending an outpost from ground vehicles and ships would be fantastic. So it looks like that might be on the cards in the not too distant future. I mean, I know they're sort of working their way towards the intergalactic theatres of war and stuff like that. So ground vehicles and the ground combat is incredibly important for that. So inside here, we have the Liberator on the holodeck, the only ship that's on the holodeck today. So this is the new sort of light assault carrier type thing. It can carry vehicles, it can carry up to fighter-sized ships. It's got load of room for cargo, load of room for actual Marines. It is your one-stop shop to landing craft, pretty much. To me, it makes the A2, not the A2, these C2 and M2 Hercules redundant. But Zin said she prefers the C2 because it's prettier, which is, I think, fair enough. Obviously, the C2 and M2 aren't entirely redundant. They do have more focused uses. They've got sort of much better defense and combat. I do think this has got like point defense turrets, question mark, as I remember. But it hasn't got much in the way of defense compared to the C2 and M2. I'm not entirely sure what its armor is like compared to them either. But it will sort of be balanced out, so it's not like the best full stop. But I love the fact it looks like a World War II-esque landing craft. And on paper, absolutely fantastic ship. Super good at all things transport. If you want to have a company that moves ships and vehicles around, or even just move your ships and vehicles around, or have something that is the centerpiece in a small fleet, this is probably a ship for you, or a ship that you want at somewhere in your org.
Also, I quite like this.
Oh, so this is pretty cool. So this is Microtech, and is it Port Tresta above Microtech? I can't remember.
Yeah.
It's Port Tresta above Microtech. I get confused sometimes. My brain implodes. I love the fact. I hope that this is actually a low-res representation of this planet, and it would look like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe. The off-putting thing is the orbiting Port Tresta.
Why is that off-putting?
Well, because Port Tresta doesn't orbit, it's geostationary.
Oh my god! You know what? You're right.
It's almost always above New Babbage, so...
That is... You are entirely right. I see what you mean.
Of course I'm right.
Zinni's always right.
The Hall of Hornets!
We have, in the Hornet Hall, we've got the normal civilian Hornet, Hornet F7C. We've got the Wildfire Hornet, which just basically has a different loadout. And I know a lot of people love the Wildfire. Different loadout, different skin. Very cool. You've got the Super Hornet here in the middle, with the F7CM. Now, it is one of my favourite ships, the F7CM. It is a proper brawler medium fighter. It's got 2 seats in it as well, but you do not need that extra person in there. It's totally viable without them, and I actually think it loses something by having that extra person in there. You've got the military Hornet, the F7A, which basically goes, you don't need that extra seat, and obviously has a more military loadout, and I think probably more armour. Got the Hornet Ghost. Actually had a look to see which one it was. Yeah, it's spooky, so it's a ethereal version of the Hornet. No, so it's got basically a stealthy hull, is the idea, because these are all sort of military-esque offshoots of the civilian Hornet. And then you've got the Hornet Tracker here. So that's for scanning and tracking. And the idea is that you might have a load of different Hornets in a single wing. And you can have all these different Hornets for loads of different things. And expect lots of different ships in-game to have the abilities that these Hornets have, if you see what I mean. So when we have more deeper customization and modularity, you'll probably be able to outfit a lot of ships in a similar way that you'll be able to outfit the Hornet lineup to do all these different roles. Not all ships, but some. This sort of makes sense. This is the Terrapin. This Terrapin is vastly overpriced, in my opinion, for what it actually is for real money. But obviously you can get it in-game. It's supposed to be sort of like an armoured scanner, reconnoitrer, pretty well shielded, a little bit stealthy because of the way it can sort of close its flaps up. But it's this armoured scanning ship.
I love the way the Terrapin looks.
Yeah, it looks
great.
Fantastic. And I think we'll have a load of fun with this once they have deeper scanning and once getting there's a mission to get go into a dangerous area and get the stats of a fleet. You have to go down there scanning a fleet of enemy ships to get all the information you can before an attack. So we've also got the Valkyrie here, which is a fantastic troop transport. Really like the Valkyrie. Sort of get a big group of you in there, get a vehicle in there as well. Lots of ground support, proper dropship. It's one of the reasons the Redeemer was made into a gunship, or sort of, yeah. So they went, we'll have a proper military sort of dropship, and this is what the dropship is, and the Redeemer's the gunship. You know what I mean? Really like the Valkyrie. Recommend that people have it as part of their lineup and arsenal if they're going to be doing FPS-based missions and assaulting structures eventually. Again, lots of these ships will have a load of use in the future, but as they're building out the ground-based missions and combat, they have less use now, but are getting more and more use each patch. We also have the F8 Lightning here, which is the premium sort of heavy fighter that the UE Navy use. You cannot buy this ship. So top-tier concierge Chairman's Club members got a free one of these, or up to 2 free versions of this, but they're not flyable for them yet. You will be able to buy it in-game. You will be able to get it, I believe, after you get to a certain point in Squadron 42. It's sort of like you get a contact about to buy them, or more easily get them, but you'll be able to buy them in-game, I believe, even without Squadron 42 from other players and some other ways. But it's just got a huge amount of weapons. It's a big, chonky boy, single-seater, heavy fighter, all the guns in the world, lots of missile. Oh, this guy's having a deeper look. It is one of my favorite ships. It probably is my favorite fighter. Probably. I love the Sabre as well. And that is the Expo Hall done for the day. Thank you very much for joining me for the Expo Hall tour. I can't words. Thank you very much, Sin, for joining me for an Expo tour. It's appreciated.
Sorry, mate.
What a beautiful dance. Thanks very much for joining us today. I'm going to take a look at the website. Let's go and see what's available to buy. It is day 1 of the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. And it is Anvil Day. And because of that, we have, bam, free fly until the 1st of December. So anyone can try Star Citizen for free. You just need to have a Star Citizen account. There's no additional steps other than downloading the game you need. Then there's no codes to put in or anything. You just, bam, everyone's got a free Nomad. That's the name of the ship that those sounds were supposed to convey. So everyone's got a free Nomad to use during that period. During that period. It's not a permanently free one. But we've got loads of different things on sale today. And we had a very cool Jax McCleary, sort of Space Jeremy Clarkson Galactic Gear video, sort of advertising the IAE today and Anvil and the new Spartan. So we've got that new Spartan vehicle that is available from $65 War Bond, $80 store credit. All ships and vehicles sold at the IAE either have 120 months or 10 years insurance or a lifetime insurance based on what they are, how you buy them. So we do have a variety of ships on sale today. So it's Anvil Day. So we've got the Arrow available from $75. We've got the Bista, $140. So that's the light fighter. And then we've got the that missile vehicle. They've got the C8 X Pisces. That's the expedition version. Great snub. It's got a quantum drive. Fits in the Carrack. It's supposed to be paired with the Carrack from $45. You've got the Carrack there, $600. Very expensive ship, very cool ship. And people are asking, is the Crucible and other ships that are on concepts still on sale? Yes, they are. They're going to be selling concept ships throughout the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. And I am also expecting them to have these ships on sale tomorrow and throughout the IAE. The only thing that won't be on sale every day of the IAE, I believe, is ships before their manufacturer has started selling them, and the limited hull ships. So things like the Idris and the Javelin, which will appear on day 3, on the Aegis Day. So it's day 1 today. It is the 19th of November. So the Crucible, $350. We've got the all the Hornets. So we've got the F7C, $110. Really expensive, actually. The Wildfire variant with a load of guns on it, $175. That is a lot more expensive. We've got the Super Hornet. If you're going to buy a Hornet, you'll probably buy a Super Hornet. Again, you can get them in game. Get all these things in game. We've got the Hornet Tracker, which doesn't have much use at the moment. It's got the Hornet Ghost, it doesn't have much use at the moment. The Gladiator, which is that fighter bomber. Probably get bombs in the future, $165. The Hawk, $100. Single-seater bounty hunting craft. Not much reason to use it yet. It's got a load of small guns on it, though, which is pretty cool. Hurricane. I feel this is underused. 2-seater, heavy fighter. And that sort of rear gun turret is massive. Got the Liberator, which is that concept new transporter light carrier for vehicles, for small ships, for cargo, for marines. Really great. That just doesn't have much in the way of gun defense from $575. I got the new Spartan. I really like the Spartan. I'm pro APC. I'm pro military vehicle. We'll look at it in a bit more detail and see what ships can actually be carried in. But anything that carry a ballista will be able to carry that. We've got the Terrapin. I think it's vastly overpriced, but yeah, it's sort of like armored exploration, pathfinding, scanning. That's the idea there. And you've got the Valkyrie as well, which is a really great dropship. $375 there. You can grab a Warbond daily deal with the Carrack for 10 years insurance. Bam, just click on upgrade, and you can upgrade one of your ships to get that Warbond price. We've got that Jax McCleary video. Now, it's quite long, and I'd love to just drop it into my video, but I think that would probably be not as CIG intended. So I'll drop the link to the Jax McCleary video down below. So we are expecting at least 2 more ships to be revealed and unveiled at the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. There's obviously leaks about them at the moment, and obviously there's more besides. So I'm looking forward to that. So I thought I'd quickly have a look at the Anvil Spartan, the actual sales page for it. Got that Anvil sort of blister chassis making the Spartan here. Got a load of jump seats for people. You've got your weapons lockers for even larger weapons. You've got the remote turret that the driver will be controlling. The all-terrain platform, the Atlas platform's award-winning suspension and wheel systems can tackle any terrain. So we might actually see some other vehicles make use of the Atlas platform, this chassis for, I suppose, other things. Got some tech specs. Can you have a look at the tech specs? You can. 17 millimeters long, 7 meters wide, 5.5 high. Enough for 9 people to be in there. Same speed as the blister at 35, and those Gatlings on there as well. To celebrate the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, non-Warbond pledges include 10 years insurance until December 1st. As that's true of all of the ships and vehicles sold at the IAE. Lifetime insurance, if it's a first time it's ever been sold, and you buy a Warbond, or in all other cases, or almost all other cases, 10 years insurance. We could get some ground vehicle packs as well if you want. There's various skins available for the Spartan as well at the moment. I actually just prefer the standard skin it comes with, I think. And if I was trying to be as camo as possible, I'd probably use the Sidewinder. I think that's probably got more use cases, and that's probably harder to see and notice against skylines and things. So something worth mentioning, if you are a concierge member, so if you spent at least $1,000 on your account, you do get access to silly game packages. So you can buy, game packages, ship packages. So you've got the Anvil Aerospace Complete Pack here, available for a ridiculous amount of money. This is in pounds and with VAT added, so not massively helpful for people that normally see dollars on screen. But you can see it's hugely expensive pack, which you can buy if you're a concierge. You can see if it's a concierge pack because it's got the symbol by it, and you can only see these packs if you are logged on with your concierge account. So sort of bear that in mind. There's obviously the Exploration Mega Pack as well. Different manufacturer packs available each day of the Expo if you're concierge. And we're not 100% sure, I'm not 100% sure, if you need to be concierge to be able to buy things, limited hull ships that are very expensive. I don't think you do need to be. Cloud Imperium certainly haven't said that. But yeah, boom. That's it for day one of the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. And what are you looking forward to? Are you going to be trying to buy an Idris on day 3 or a Javelin? Are you looking forward to the other new vehicles and other new ships that they're going to be unveiling? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. This person was just knocking me around like a monster. Yeah, what are you doing? You trying to get some look-see? You trying to film? You trying to film, buddy? You trying to film? Well, let me help. Let me help you. Oh, I'm going to help you. Sorry. I hope that is another someone making a video. It's November, and that means, yes, you're right, it's NordVPN season. All those delicious Nords are collected together to make the finest VPN that I shill for on my channel. Not only is NordVPN delicious, but it also protects. Check out the links below to get fantastic discounts, or go to nordvpn.com/BoredGamer. Do you dream of being at the controls of your spaceship in real life? Well, now you sort of can with Game Glass. It turns touchscreen devices into diegetic controllers for Star Citizen, and you can get the basic software free. Check it out in the links below. Every month we have a ship giveaway as well. This time it's for a Mercury Starrunner, a multi-crew ship that will let you do a bit of everything in-game now. Or at least most things. Lots of things in-game now. In the future it might allow you to do smuggling and data running too. All you need to do to be in for a chance of winning that is comment on any of my videos during November. More details down below. If you'd like to further support the channel, please consider clicking the join or thanks button under my videos, or even becoming a Patreon. You get some cool stuff to show that you're a true supporter of mine and Zin's art, some exclusive polls, ways of shaping the channel, some exclusive videos, all that sort of jazz too. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the verse.